Hi, my name is Taylor Simpkins, and I'm currently working at the University of Western Australia as a marine scientist. The work that we're doing involves coral reefs, and particularly climate change. So I've always had a passion for marine science and for the ocean. It was always my safe place in a sense. I never thought that it could be the place where I had my career. And so when I was in elementary school, someone mentioned that I could be a marine biologist and that I could live and play in the ocean and also take care of the ocean, which is a big part of the job. So what I do day to day is I'll work for different people. I'm a research assistant, so I have my own research which focuses on corals, which you can see here, and the way that corals grow. Corals are quite old organisms. They've been on the planet for millions of years, but particularly they're living corals, which can be up to 700 years old. The way that corals grow, they can actually tell us about history. So they have growth bands. This coral is cut in half, and you can see growth bands if you look really closely. And then we can actually zoom into these growth bands, look at the chemistry, and then figure out what temperature was like in the past. So reconstructing temperature is really important because we can look at what oceans were like in the past to figure out if what we're experiencing now is normal or abnormal and how we're affecting our oceans. STEM skills are really integral to marine science, particularly my field, anywhere from diving and being able to calculate how long you can stay underwater and having really strong math skills, to the sciences and being able to take physics and maths and biology and combine them all. This is really how we understand ocean systems, because we don't have just a single variable affecting our oceans. We have, climate and temperature driving currents, and then we have biological effects where nutrients are flowing offshore for us. So really considering science and technology and maths and bringing them all together has been something that I don't even think about in my day-to-day schedule because it's just a complete part of it. And I probably draw most on my skills that I've picked up from anywhere from high school through college, and I use them every day. Technology has allowed us to explore so much more of the planet than we ever thought we could explore. Recently, I was on a deep sea coral expedition. So many people probably don't know that corals can grow in the deep sea. They grow in shallow waters where they get sunlight, but they can also survive without sunlight. Up to 4,000 meters, we were taking an ROV and going down and looking for corals. Now, we collected them around 2,000 meters, and this is far, far, far beyond the depths that you can reach on scuba. And technology has allowed us to get down to these depths and discover corals that people have never seen before, and also to look at what the climate was like in the past, because many of these corals are fossil corals, and we can actually figure out what the temperature was like, where the currents that they were exposed to are from, how deep these corals were living. And so technology allows us access. If I was able to go back in time and give myself advice about where I would be now, I would say to open my eyes to new opportunities, things that I thought might not be on the path that I wanted to follow. I've found that the more open I am, especially to different kind of career paths and branches, the more opportunities I've gotten. I would also tell myself to keep the people, like my mentors, really close to me. I was lucky to have so many encouraging people in my life, really great professors, and I've been able to keep them close. It's easy to be young and think that you know a lot about the path that you want to take, but these are people that have been in the career that you want to be pursuing for 20 or 30 years. And so their advice is absolutely invaluable. And so I've been really lucky to have people guiding me on my path. I think it's really easy to be scared of change and to be scared of failure. Failure is actually success in science. It's still a result. And so we need to fail to be able to get to where we are, or to even know what we enjoy. And I think it's really important for young scientists to explore as much as they can. So if you think that you want to be a marine scientist, try and speak with people at maybe your university, or if you're in high school, try and link up with universities that are local around you. You might be able to volunteer and try and work on a project and get some experience and figure out if this is something that you actually enjoy. And don't wait for anyone to tell you that you can do something. You can start now.